It's truly an honor to be a part of this dedication, especially to be in the presence of Joseph Rainey's family, to be descendants of somebody that we've honored many times. We've walked past portraits of Joseph Rainey. Jim Clyburn has always had this portrait, not this exact one, a replica of this portrait in his office. Jim Clyburn and I, as the Republican and Democrat whip, actually have, every now and then we might spar, but we actually have a lot of things in common too. He's a history teacher. As a student of history, we've both looked at and appreciated some of the same history of this country, and especially as it's depicted in this Capitol. I used to go to work every day in a room that is now called the Lincoln Room. It's a room that Abraham Lincoln used to spend time in. Jim is now the person who has the Lincoln Room. He pays tribute to Abraham Lincoln. And when you think about Joseph Rainey, and of course, Jim has always paid tribute to Joseph Rainey, and now I will get to walk into room 150 in my office every day through the door that is now emboldened and named after Joseph Rainey, and that'll be a great honor. Because if you think about the two of them, Abraham Lincoln fought slavery, ultimately led the fight to change the Constitution to end slavery. And then you think about Joseph Rainey, who was born into slavery, who ultimately became free, and then just a few years after the end of slavery, gets elected to be the first African-American member of Congress. Just a great story. But he didn't just come up here to hold a title. He came up here to make a difference, and make a difference he did. As Speaker Pelosi mentioned, led the fight to pass the Ku Klux Klan Act to allow the Justice Department to have more tools to go after the Klan. Led the fight on so many other issues dealing with equality, which was very elusive at that time, but it was his voice, along with others, that really helped break through. And, you know, there's a saying that we hear a lot. It says, only in America. You hear it applied to a lot of things. But when you think about that term, Joseph Rainey is really the embodiment of it, because only in America can someone who's born into slavery actually get elected to the United States House of Representatives, the greatest democracy in the history of the world. We've always been a country with flaws, but our founding fathers talked about making America a more perfect union, and Joseph Rainey, only in America, got to then, after being a slave, come up and do his part to help America become a more perfect union. It is a great tribute. Thank the Rainey family, Speaker Pelosi, everyone involved, and we will always have a constant tribute to Joseph Rainey and how he left such an important mark on our country, and will continue to inspire all of us to achieve even more.